Welcome back to the Elderly Health Physician, where we bring you the wisdom of Korean medicine combined with the best of modern science to help you thrive after 60. I am John, and today we are talking about something that affects almost every single person watching this right now. Forward head posture. You might call it tech neck, or maybe you have noticed your head just seems to drift forward more and more every year. You look at old photos of yourself and you stood tall, chin up, shoulders back. And now, without even realizing it, your head has crept 2, 3, even 4 inches ahead of where it should be. And here is what most people do not understand. This is not just about looking older or feeling stiff in the morning. This is about falling. This is about breathing. This is about your brain working overtime just to keep you standing upright. A review published in the journal Current Geriatrics Reports found that forward head posture in older adults is directly associated with poor balance, increased postural sway, and a significantly elevated risk of falls. And when you consider that falls are the leading cause of injury in adults over 65, this becomes one of the most important conversations we have ever had on this show. That is not vanity. That is survival. And here's the part that frustrates me. Almost nobody talks about this. Your doctor checks your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your blood sugar. But how many doctors have ever measured how far forward your head is sitting? Almost none. And yet that single measurement could predict whether you are going to fall this year better than almost any blood test. Today, Korea's oldest practicing physician, Dr. Henry Lee, is going to walk you through exactly what is happening inside your body when your head drifts forward, why it gets dramatically worse after 60, and 3 simple exercises you can do in just 3 minutes a day to start correcting it. He has spent over 40 years treating seniors and studying the ancient principles of Korean medicine that have kept generations living strong. Doctor, welcome back.
Thank you, John. And I want to be very direct with everyone watching today. Forward head posture is one of the most dangerous conditions I see in my patients over 60, and it is one of the most ignored. People think it is just aging. They think it is normal. They say, well, my mother had a rounded back too. It is not normal. It is a structural collapse that changes how your entire body functions. And unlike high blood pressure or high cholesterol, nobody is screening for it. Nobody is measuring it. But in my experience, it predicts physical decline as reliably as any blood test. Let me explain what happens inside your body. Your head weighs approximately 10 to 12 pounds when it is sitting directly over your spine. That is the weight of a bowling ball. But for every single inch your head moves forward, the effective weight on your cervical spine nearly doubles. 2 inches forward, and your neck muscles are supporting 20 to 24 pounds. 3 inches, and we are talking about 30 pounds or more of constant pressure on your spine, your discs, your nerves, and your muscles. Day after day, year after year, the muscles that are supposed to stabilize your neck fatigue and weaken. The muscles that were never designed to hold your head up become overworked and painful. A study in the Journal of Clinical Medicine confirmed that this misalignment leads to chronic pain, reduced range of motion, and significantly worse balance scores in seniors. The good news is this is reversible, and it starts with the first of 3 exercises I want to teach you. The seated chin tuck. Sit with your back flat against a chair, feet flat on the floor. Without tilting your head up or down, slide your entire head straight backward, as if making a double chin. Hold for 5 seconds. Release. Do 10 repetitions, about 60 seconds total. This activates the deep cervical flexor muscles, the longus colli and longus capitis, which are your primary neck stabilizers. Research has shown chin tucks significantly reduce neck pain, improve endurance, and help restore the natural cervical curve.
You know, doctor, conversations like this one make me think about something I came across a while back. It is called the Senior Body Reset After 60. I have to be honest, when I first found it, I was not expecting much, but it completely changed how I think about aging. It covers exactly what we talk about on this show: how to reset your body's natural rhythms after 60. Better sleep, stronger circulation, sharper memory, more energy throughout the day. And it does all of that through daily habits, not medications. No complicated routines. Just clear, practical steps backed by the same kind of medical thinking we explore in every episode. If you are someone who wants to take what you hear here and actually put it into action, this is a resource worth looking into. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment below. Now, doctor, please continue.
Absolutely. Let me tell you about a patient of mine first. A 72-year-old retired teacher named Mrs. Park. She came to me with headaches that would start at the base of her skull and radiate up over the top of her head. She also had dizziness, not the spinning kind, but a persistent feeling of unsteadiness, as though the floor was slightly tilted beneath her. She had been to 3 other doctors. One gave her medication for vertigo. Another prescribed painkillers. A third suggested it might be stress. Nobody looked at her posture. When I examined her, the problem was visible the moment she sat down. Her head was sitting almost 3 inches ahead of her shoulders. Her deep cervical flexors, those critical stabilizing muscles I just described, had essentially stopped working. The larger superficial muscles in her neck and upper back were doing all the heavy lifting, and they were exhausted. That constant overwork was creating tension headaches, and the dizziness was not an inner ear problem at all. It was proprioception. Her neck was sending distorted positional signals to her brain about where her body was in space, and her brain could not reconcile those signals with what her eyes and her inner ear were telling it. I started her on chin tucks, just 5 per day. Within 3 weeks, she was doing 10 twice a day. Within 2 months, her headaches had reduced by more than half, and the dizziness episodes had nearly stopped. She told me she felt like she was walking on solid ground again, for the first time in years. That is the power of reactivating those deep stabilizer muscles. Now, the second exercise is the doorway chest stretch. Forward head posture never happens alone. It always comes with rounded shoulders and a tight chest. The pectoral muscles shorten, the shoulders pull forward, and the upper back rounds. If you only fix the neck without opening the chest, the head will keep drifting forward because the foundation is still collapsed. Stand in a doorway. Place both forearms on either side of the doorframe with your elbows at shoulder height. Your arms should form a 90-degree angle. Now step 1 foot slightly forward through the doorway until you feel a gentle stretch across your chest and the front of your shoulders. Do not push through pain. This should feel like a comfortable opening, not a strain. Keep your core engaged and your head neutral. Do not let your chin jut forward while stretching. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Step back, repeat 3 times. The entire sequence takes less than 2 minutes. What this does is lengthen the pectoral muscles that have shortened from years of sitting and rounding forward. It allows the shoulder blades to settle back into their natural position, and it creates the structural space your neck needs to realign. Think of it this way: your chest is the foundation of your upper body posture. If the foundation is collapsed inward, everything above it, your shoulders, your neck, your head, will follow. A study published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science found that chest stretching, combined with cervical exercises, produce significantly greater improvements in forward head posture than cervical exercises alone. You simply cannot fix the neck if the chest is still pulling everything forward. The third exercise is the wall angel. This one brings everything together, and I consider it the most complete single movement for total postural correction after 60. Stand with your back flat against a wall. Your heels, buttocks, shoulder blades, and the back of your head should all touch the wall. If your head cannot reach the wall comfortably, that tells you exactly how far forward your posture has drifted. Do not force it. Just get as close as you can. Now raise your arms and press your forearms against the wall like you are making the letter W. Slowly slide your arms up toward a Y position, keeping your forearms and the backs of your hands in contact with the wall the entire time. You will feel the muscles between your shoulder blades working hard to maintain that contact. Then slide back down to the W. Do this 8 times. Move slowly. If you rush through it, you lose the benefit. This strengthens the lower trapezius and rhomboids while reinforcing proper head position. Research on corrective exercises for elderly adults with excessive thoracic curvature has shown significant improvements in posture, balance scores, and a measurable reduction in fall risk. The wall angel addresses upper back weakness and head position simultaneously. Now I want to explain why all of this becomes so much more critical after 60. It is not just muscle weakness. 3 systems in your body are declining at the same time, and forward head posture accelerates all 3. The first is your proprioceptive system, your body's ability to sense where it is in space without looking. Your neck contains more proprioceptive receptors than almost any other region. When your head is forward, those sensors send distorted signals to your brain. Your brain loses its map of where you are. That is when stumbling begins. That is when you reach for the wall when you stand up. That is when your grandchildren notice before you do. The second is your vestibular system, your inner ear balance mechanism. Research has shown a direct relationship between forward head posture and reduced vestibular function in older adults. The forward tilt of the head changes the angle of the semicircular canals in your inner ear, and that changes how your brain processes movement and gravity. You know that feeling when you turn your head quickly and the room seems to lag behind for a moment. That is your vestibular system struggling. Combine compromised proprioception with reduced vestibular input, and your brain is essentially flying blind when it comes to balance. It is trying to keep you upright using incomplete and contradictory information. The third is your respiratory system. When your head is forward and your upper back is rounded, your rib cage compresses. Your diaphragm cannot descend fully. Studies have confirmed that forward head posture can significantly impair respiratory function by weakening the breathing muscles. Some research suggests that severe forward posture can reduce vital capacity by as much as 30%. That means nearly a third less oxygen reaching your blood with every breath. And here's why that matters for balance and for everything else. When you do not breathe efficiently, your blood carries less oxygen, your muscles fatigue faster, your postural control deteriorates. It becomes a cascade. Each failing system forces the others to work harder until eventually something gives. In Korean medicine, we have always understood this connection. We say that the breath is the root of the body. If the root is weak, the tree will fall. Modern science has confirmed what Korean physicians have observed for centuries. Posture, breathing, and balance are not separate systems. They are one system, and they rise or fall together. I had another patient, a 68-year-old retired engineer named Mr. Cho. Excellent shape for his age. Walked every day, ate well, kept his weight under control. But he had spent 35 years hunched over a drafting table and then a computer screen, and his forward head posture was severe. He came to me not because of pain, but because he had fallen twice in 1 month, both times while simply turning his head to look at something. The first time he was crossing a street and turned to check for a car. The second time he was in his kitchen reaching for a cabinet. His doctor had run every test. Heart was fine, blood pressure normal, no neurological issues, nothing on the MRI. But when I measured his craniovertebral angle, it was well below the threshold associated with balance impairment. His body was structurally positioned for failure even though every other metric said he was healthy. No medication could fix what was a biomechanical problem. We started him on these 3 exercises. 3 minutes a day, nothing more. No physical therapy appointments, no equipment. Just the chin tuck, the doorway stretch, and the wall angel, done consistently every single morning. Within 6 weeks, his wife told me something remarkable. She said he had stopped grabbing the counter when he turned around in the kitchen. He did not even realize he had been doing it. His body had been compensating so quietly for so long that he did not notice how much stability he had lost until it started coming back. That is how gradual the decline is, and that is how meaningful the recovery can be. Consistency is everything. These exercises are not dramatic. They will not make you sore. They will not leave you out of breath. They require 180 seconds of your day. I tell my patients to do them every morning before breakfast when the body is naturally resetting itself for the day ahead. But those 180 seconds protect the 3 systems that keep you on your feet. Your proprioception, your vestibular balance, your respiratory capacity. And for someone over 60, staying on your feet is not a small thing. It is everything. It is your independence. It is your confidence. It is the difference between living fully and living in fear of the next fall.
I think that might be one of the most important things we have ever discussed on this show, because most people think falling is about being clumsy or getting old. But what Dr. Lee just laid out is a mechanical explanation. Your body is structurally positioned to fail and you do not even know it. 3 exercises, 3 minutes. That is all it takes to start changing the trajectory. And what struck me most is the idea that your brain is working harder just to keep you upright. That alone should motivate every single person watching to try these exercises today. If this episode helped you understand something about your body that you did not know before, please subscribe to the channel. We put out new episodes every single day designed to help you thrive after 60. Hit that notification bell so you never miss one. And do me a favor, share this with someone you care about. A spouse, a sibling, a friend, a neighbor. Because they might be living with the exact same problem right now, and they have no idea that the solution is this simple. Forward head posture is not a death sentence. It is a wake-up call, and today you answered it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.